the verdict is out. It is going to be the NDA government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the third consecutive time. But we are also going to analyze the numbers. There are 40 to 50 of these seats that are going to become crucial for the BJP to then cross the 273 mark, which will allow them to get the simple majority in the parliament. Let's start our conversation. Editor-in-Chief Rishabh Gulati joins me on the telecast. And Rishabh, a quick analysis, and particularly these close contests to these 40 to 50 seats, where the margin is less than 10,000. Somewhere it is even 500 to 600 seats by which these candidates have won. So how does the wave fortune who?
Yeah, it doesn't change much from here, okay? So if you're thinking it's going to change by 20, 30 seats from here, no, it's not going to change. It's going to change by a few seats. Every seat matters. So let's not kid ourselves. 4 or 5 seats here and there can make a difference. It's the difference between 100 versus 95 for the Congress. It's a difference between 240 and 250 for the Bharatiya Janata Party. These things matter. But what are the bottom lines? The bottom lines are only this. Who's forming the government? Does the Indie Alliance have any chance to form the government? Is this a mandate in favor of the Congress-led coalition to come to power? The answer is, the numbers tell you no. Is it going to be then an NDA government? Yes. Is there any confusion on who's leading the NDA? No, it's Narendra Modi. So Narendra Modi is going to return as a third term. Some things will change. I don't think his reform agenda, his governance agenda, none of that is going to change. Maybe a Nitish Kumar, who could have earlier been retired to the center, will now have a more active role in Bihar politics. Chirag Paswan you saw celebrating because Bihar has gone the way NDA wanted it to go. UP has not gone the way the BJP would have liked it to go. Bengal has not gone the way they would have wanted to go. They would have hoped for a little bit better in Maharashtra, but that's okay. They've done really well in Odisha. They've done decently well in Andhra. And pretty much everywhere else in the country has gone plus minus a couple. So the difference between 241 for the NDA and a majority for Narendra Modi is just UP, the 30 seats in UP, which Akhilesh taken. That's it. So fundamentally nothing changes, but this is one of those kind of verdicts where today, unlike in 2019, where the opposition could only hang its head in shame, this time around, they have something to talk about, they have something to feel good about, they have something to feel energetic about. The Congress has something to feel energetic about, Akhilesh is going to be supercharged, Mamata Banerjee is going to be on a high. Can they all stay together tomorrow morning if they don't have the lure of power to glue them together? The answer is no, probably not. But can the Congress, can Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi stand shoulder to shoulder and say, look, we've nearly doubled our seats, we've increased our vote share, we've had a thumping performance by our standards in UP. Anything more than 2 or 3 seats is an excellent performance. Have there been a lot of close contests? Amethi, we have taken again. Guess what? Even in Varanasi, we've reduced the Prime Minister's himself. Ajay Rai has reduced his winning margin. So do they have something to talk about? Yes, they do. And you have to give them, don't rain on their parade, but that's all they've got. They've got energy and momentum. They've not got government, and that's the difference.
Okay, all right. Let's also take a look at the numbers. Uday, give us the overall scenario and also state-wise, the important states and constituencies where there is a margin that is very minimal and it could go either way.
Well, absolutely, Megha. This is currently how, India is looking like. The voting has, of course, concluded. Now the results are, the trends are slowly becoming results. But this is where things stand. And these are leads plus results. So the BJP, of course, emerging as the single largest party, standing at 245 leads plus results right now. The Congress, of course, comes in second. The Congress party right now stands at 97 leads plus results. So just short of 100, just short of 3-digit figure. The Samajwadi Party is emerging as the third largest party across the country with 33 leads plus results. Of course, all of this coming from Uttar Pradesh. The TMC is also done very well, of course, in West Bengal. They're currently standing at 29 leads plus results. The DMK, of course, also with 21. Quickly showing you where the vote share, of course, is right now. This is the party-wise vote share. Of course, as you can see, a large chunk is still saffron because most overwhelmingly Indians have voted for the BJP. BJP. 37.78% is their vote share as of now. The Congress is at 22.85%. The Samajwadi Party at 4.51%. This is, of course, the individual breakup. You asked me to quickly show you a couple of interesting states. Well, let's show you then Uttar Pradesh, because Uttar Pradesh is where a lot of these close contests are happening. Remember, 80 seats and a huge population in all those seats, which is why the result declaration officially is taking a lot of time. And as you can see, it's BJP at 37 right now, Samajwadi Party at 33, the Congress at 6, RLD at 2, Apna Dal at, this is the Azad Samaj Party of Chandrasekhar Ravan at 1 and Apna Dal at 1. Interestingly, quickly showing you, of course, some of those constituencies where the result has not yet come and which you were pointing out, some of the margins are even as, I'll just show you one seat of Aligarh, in fact. So as you can see, the margin is just 7,449. Just about an hour back, it was Vijender Singh of the Samajwadi Party who was leading, but now Satish Gautam has come ahead of him with 7,400. Of course, certain seats, the margin is much more, like SP Singh Baghel in Agra at 1,90,000. Aula is also very interesting. Aula seat is also, of course, because here the margin is just 2,000, as you can see. Amroha also, Danish Ali was leading all morning. Now the BJP has gone ahead in that seat. Kamar Singh Tawar going ahead in 1,114. Quickly just showing you a couple of other seats, which are, of course, Raebareli and the Varanasi of the Prime Minister, where, of course, counting is still on. So as you can see, of course, in Raebareli, seat in Uttar Pradesh. So there's Lucknow, that's Rajnath Singh's seat, 74,000 is the margin. He's leading by currently. Mainpuri, overwhelming victory for Dimple Yadav being seen. And the last slide, of course, will have both the crucial seats of Raebareli, of Rahul Gandhi and Varanasi of the Prime Minister. This is another seat where close contest is being seen. Very neck-to-neck fight in Muzaffarnagar, and that's something we knew in Western UP. The margin now is just 1,157 between Sanjeev Balian, he's a minister in the government, and Harinder Singh Malik. So neck-to-neck fight over there. And quickly, of course, telling you Raebareli, overwhelming. Almost 4 lakhs is the margin there of Rahul Gandhi in Raebareli. And last, Prime Minister Modi is currently leading with a over 1.5 lakh margin in Varanasi.
Absolutely. Thank you, Uday, for giving us all those updates. I'm going to start my conversation with Savio, BJP leader. Savio, of course, the government is going to be made by the NDA. It is going to be led by the BJP. The question over here is that the margin with which the BJP wanted to win, that was 370, is not something that has been achieved by the BJP. Your performance from 2019 to 2024 has deteriorated.
Well, I'm a firm believer, and so is the party, that the most important aspect of any contest, whether it's an election, whether it's a race or any other contest anybody takes part in, is the winnability and the winning. And at this point of time, we are there and we will be forming the government with the allies, that's the NDA allies. And yes, we were looking at breaking records. We were looking at doing things that was pushing ourselves to overperform and to really do something wonderful. And that's what sportsmen and politicians and political parties do, to try and make better their performances. It's not like we are trying to say,
okay,
listen, we are overconfident or arrogant. No, it's not that. I think performance is about setting the bar a little high and trying to achieve it. The important part is, what is the mandate of the people and what was the mandate of the election? The mandate of the election is that a party who has 272 votes is the party that actually forms the government. And that's exactly what we're going to do with the allies.
Yeah, but talking about the 272 votes, and yes, of course, you are getting your 295, which is much more than the 273, which is the majority mark, the halfway mark. But when we talk about BJP's performance, and the number that you at this point of time flashing on our screens is 241. Now here, when you form the government, when the cabinet is going to be formed, now there is more reliance on the other NDA partners, whether it is Nitish Kumar and JDU, whether it is about the TDS and Chandrababu Naidu, and they both were actually coming out and celebrating, and we had those visuals on our screen. So the dependence on these allies becomes much more as compared to the 2019 elections that were held.
Well, to be honest, Megha, I think alliance relationships are not based on dependency. but they're based on interdependency. And both Nitish as well as Chandrababu Naidu are extremely interdependent upon the BJP. And because they have a common platform and a common vision as far as the growth for India and their individual states are concerned. So I really don't see a concern in that direction. What would have been a concern if there were no ideological similarities in what they have as far as their vision is concerned for India? Yes, we are dependent on them, but they are natural allies for us. And that is what we want. We wanted a government and a government formation of a coalition that are natural allies, not a coalition which has push and pull, where what you have to do for the interest of the country is normally subjugated to the push and pulls of the allies.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Professor Madan Nalapat, how do you view the result? Of course, our exit polls were all tilting towards the BJP and a massive, simple majority for the BJP. And here, when we talk about the certain pockets where BJP has done tremendously well, as opposed to Uttar Pradesh, where it has lost more than 30 seats. But when we take a look at Andhra Pradesh, when we take a look at Odisha particularly, BJD has been decimated. BJD has been decimated by the BJP, both in assembly elections as well as in the Lok Sabha elections.
Well, I'd like to say that in Andhra Pradesh, the BJP made a very wise decision, and so did Chandrababu Naidu, to come together. As a consequence, you're seeing this situation in Andhra Pradesh. Frankly, now the reality is the TDP vote and the BJP vote increased significantly because they came together. The same thing could have happened in Tamil Nadu had the AADMK also been part of the alliance. But I think a decision was taken to keep the AADMK out because it is a Dravidian party. But the reality is the AADMK was basically run by Jayalalitha, who was a Brahmin, and by MGR, who was supposed to be a forward caste. And neither of them were from Tamil Nadu. So calling the ADMK as a purely Dravidian party, I think that is not correct. But anyway, having said that, the reality is, yes, there is going to be a Modi 3.0. He is going to come back as the Prime Minister. He has got 10 years of experience as Prime Minister. These 10 years are more than enough to ensure that he runs a coalition government smoothly. And regarding TDP, I can tell you that Chandrababu Naidu is interested in becoming Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, period. He declined the price when offered to him, and he's not looking at Delhi. And as far as the other partners are concerned, Nitish also is quite secure in Bihar. So I do not believe there's going to be any problem. I think the Prime Minister will be able to handle it properly, and I do believe that the extra need to be on one's toes, as it were, will improve the performance of Modi 3.0 beyond Modi 1.0 and 2.0.
Okay, all right. Sumit, talking about the states where BJP was expected to do well and it has not. Barring Uttar Pradesh, there has also been the state of West Bengal. Correct. 2019 versus 2024. It's a really bad tally that the BJP has gotten of 10 Correct. Seats against Correct. Mamata Banerjee's, I think 32 of those seats. Similarly, when we take a look at Haryana, I think Congress has ended up winning 6 of the seats, or at least it's leading in 6 of the seats. BJP has 4 of them. When we take a look at Punjab, it has been a dismal performance for the BJP. Why have these constituencies in all these states not favored well for the BJP?
I think, Meghaji, let's start from Haryana. Haryana, you were expected to win 8, you got 4 or 5. The losses of 2 or 3 seats. You can live with it. It happens in politics. Punjab, you didn't have a cadre. Still, if you're pulling 3 or 4 seats out of 12, it's an okay job. It's not good, it's not too bad. But the problem is, the real problem is Uttar Pradesh. And in Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal from 18, if you're coming back to 10 or 11, you have lost almost 50% of the ground. And in Uttar Pradesh, you're losing 40% of the ground. So there's a drop of, if you combine them together, there's a drop of 40 seats. And if those 40 seats will be here, the BJP alone will be at 290 right now. Even if you could hold to the old ground. Because if you look at Uttar Pradesh, the caste consolidation has come back. Yadav Muslim factor has delivered on the ground. That is how the Uttar Pradesh has went. And when you look at the West Bengal, the problem is paranoia. The problem is the fright. After the last time assembly elections, the BJP cadres were really hunted down. Hunted down. So there are a lot of them had to go to Assam, then they came back. Still, there were a lot of killings and all which happened. Now, this time around, still, there was not a great support which came from the center. There was a lot of action taken against the Mamta government. So this time, cadres are reluctant to come out and take on Mamta because they know when the election will be over, who is there to fund for us? You see, still BJP Karyakartas, RSS Karyakartas are getting killed in West Bengal. It happens every second day. So that is the problem which worked. So West Bengal is inaction against Mamta government, and UP is the cause. The Muslim factor worked. And let me tell you one last point.
Quickly,
if you look at Meghaji, all the UP seats, wherever BJP is losing, and you look at the Muslim population and the Muslim dominance of the seats, it looks like Muslims have tactically voted just to a candidate where the BJP is losing. It doesn't matter who the candidate is, who the party is.
All right. Himanshu, then, taking a look at the overall picture, and we talk about how there should be healthy signs of democracy in the country. Does this also help a country to develop, to move forward, when you have a strong opposition? And when you see a strong opposition, which has improved in the last 5 years, it gives us hope.
If it's a strong opposition and constructive opposition, it always does help. For a democracy, to be in a situation of 55-45 is always good for the people, because people will have an option. But here there is no guarantee that the opposition will stay united. That's number one, because Mamata has already said that I am not a part of NDA. Kejriwal, before going to jail, maybe 2 or 3 seats, but an opposition party, all right. He says that we are not in a permanent alliance with Congress.
Friendship.
So this sort of thing, this sort of things, when it comes, I have a doubt of mind, with the NDA also. How long will Nitish stay? How he is going to stay? Before his retirement, if he doesn't get his way now suppose he has asked something, or let's say a governorship, or let's say a particular ministry, and if it's not given, because the weaker Modi is a more dangerous Modi. He will be very firm on his part. He will be very firm on his agenda. He's not going to relent now this time. He's not going to take everyone, try and appease everyone, because that's original Narendra Bhai Modi. And now you will see Narendra Modi in it. In that case, if he has to lose his government after a year or so, be it so. I'm making a very conscious statement today.
No, that's something that's debatable, and at the end of the day,
no, that's my viewpoint, basically.
They're only relevant till the time they are sitting at the seats of power. And if the BJP and the NDA were to let go of power, it is not going to work for them. There are a number of projects that have already been planned, they are already executed, implemented in the last 10 years. That's going to come to a standstill. I wonder whether it works for the country, whether it works to build the momentum and the stability in the country. That has always been the point. All right. I have with me Rahul Ishwar. And Rahul, how do you view about the situation, about how the Congress has been able to double its tally from the 42-44 seats it had won in 2014, and now it has 98 of those seats. Now, it's still far-fetched. It's still, definitely not even closer to the times of Nehru and Indira and Rajiv, when there were tallies to the total of 300, 350. Even there have been times that the Congress has won over 400 seats. But do you see that this is perhaps the start of the revival of the Congress that was at its bottommost from 2014 onwards?
I don't think anybody will dispute that. But first of all, let us congratulate BJP and Narendra Modi ji, who seem to be poised for a third term. I mean, unless something radical happens, unless Chandrababu Naidu ji will be the Prime Minister and Nitish Kumar ji will be the Home Minister, that kind of a scenario is very unlikely to happen. So Narendra Modi ji is all set for a third term. And as a Gandhian and a centrist, I believe a strong opposition is very important for any democracy. See, too much one side is bad for everything. So that means we want a center right and a center left formation. formation where we need the secular, liberal, kind of a friends on one spectrum, the center left, and we need the nationalistic, more energetic market, more market oriented center right on the other side. So that is important for every nation. And I believe at least now our opposition friends won't blame the EVM. They won't have the Trump disease of election denialism. Right now, there was one occasion where Modi ji was trailing 6,000 votes to Ajay Rai in the initial phase. So, I was telling my left liberal friends that at least now you will trust EVM. So the old idea of election denialism, living in a denial land won't be there. See, this is good for democracy in a vibrant way. But two people who will be the happy the most will be Chandrababu Naidu ji and Nitish Kumar ji, because they will be more in demand. They will be people, who will be more supported with or accepted with. Chandrababu Naidu ji definitely will have some kind of a special package. Bihar needs to have a special package. So these things will definitely be done. One or two states' performance, if it had been the other way, the things could have changed in a radical different way. For example, Bihar, many people thought Tejasvi Yadav will bring in more seats because of the huge number of rallies. Had there been 6 or 7 seats to Tejasvi Yadav, things would have looked much different in that sense. Or had the performance in Orissa not repeated by or not achieved by BJP, things would have been very different. So it was a close call, but Modi ji or the NDA formation ran through it, or they are on the verge of being successful. So this is good, and it is all set for Modi 3.0, but we can definitely see a Modi ji who will be more of a consensus builder, and Modi ji has an avatar like that. See, Modi ji had brutal majority the last 2 times, but he didn't push through any things which was, he was very supportive of feedback. For example, the farm bills, he could have easily pushed through, but respecting our Sikh friends or respecting many of the farmer organizations, he took it back. Modi ji during the earlier times, brought something like a land ordinance, which some people in Sangh also opposed. The Swadeshi Jagran Manch opposed. Modi ji took it back. See, that's the sign of a good minister, good prime minister, whether it be from Congress.
I'm just getting information, and this could shock Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary of the Congress has lost from Behrampur, where the Sandesh Khali riots had happened, the Sandesh Khali sexual abuse cases that had erupted. So how does which means that even the lone seat that Congress used to be winning up until 2019 is a complete wipeout of the Congress from West Bengal. How does this reflect, Garga Chatterjee, on the way Congress has been reducing, not just reducing, it's completely out of the picture in West Bengal?
My name is Gorgo Chatterjee.
Okay, I'm sorry, Gorgo Chatterjee.
Yeah, so as the results in West Bengal speak, that the various viewpoints we in Bengal hear about politics in Bengal, reality in Bengal from Delhi-based analysts, and we often wonder which planet are they talking about. Okay, murders every day has become some Islamic jihadi area, etc., etc., etc. So when this is constantly done with the people, they feel very insulted. In addition to that, when conspiracies are done by a ruling party in the center to divide the state, that also unites people like never before. So as we have seen in both 2021 and 2024, Bengal has voted in a way in which Delhi or BJP may not like, but in a way which Bengalis like. There are certain highlights of this performance. Number one, Trinamool is likely to win Kuch Bihar. So this is the main person who was supportive of CAA and raised the Bangladeshi infiltration issue, and also was the MOS state, which was under BSF, which was BSF's ministry basically under Amit Shah. He is trailing. As I've been sitting, I don't know what the final figures are. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary in the end of the campaign, end days of the campaign, actually said that if you do not vote for me, go vote for the BJP, but not for the Trinamool. And of course, Bengalis were very riled by this sort of a thing, and that has cost Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary quite a lot.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Also, if you see for the first time in West Bengal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had made a road show. The BJP has been washed out from that area. Okay, so Arjun Singh, who is an outsider and was basically known as a mafia, he has also lost. So this is from the BJP. So these are 4 major highlights of course, what we look forward to is a government and opposition as it should be in various places, in the various democracies around the world. And also what's important is Indian people in general, all together have voted so that BJP does not get a majority. Indian people did not want a government where BJP has majority.
Okay, Rishabh, coming back to you and talking about the state of affairs for BJP in West Bengal and the numbers in, I think 2014, they had about 6 or 7 seats in their kitty, when in 2019 they ended up winning 80. Now, what was expected was for them to then get more seats than the TMC, but that's not happened. They've again regressed to 10.
Okay, this is telling you Mamta wave in Bengal. Okay, this has got nothing to do with anything else. Yusuf Pathan is not a local boy. He's not even Bengali. This is not about Bengali pride, identity. He's from Gujarat. He's a Gujarati boy who just came and played some cricket there, and he's come and he's defeated Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the man who's been holding that seat for 3 terms. And he's defeated him with a thumping victory. He's won by 60,000 votes. It's not a close one. Thumping victory. And Mamta Banerjee will be rejoicing. The Congress will not be shedding tears at losing Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary because they have enough of other performance. But yes, it marks the diminishment of the Congress in Bengal. Salman Khurshid and Abhishek Manu Singhvi, I'm assuming that they have an issue on a technical matter since they're both lawyers. Let's find out what it is.
EVMs had developed a fault. The counting could not be done, and for that the Election Commission was kind enough to explain that where this happens, we already have instructions. We will check once again that the VVPAT slips are counted so that the number is updated and you would know that the entire vote has been counted. So we've come back fairly satisfied, and we are happy that the Election Commission has cooperated with us in these matters. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Largely अधिकतर और बाकी वो एक्शन अभी देंगे, आदेश देंगे, बट हाँ आंसर है यस.
सर अभी और भी शिकायतें चुनाव आयोग से की गई हैं कुछ देर पहले सुप्रिया सिन्हा जी ने.
And Salman Khurshid have come out and spoken about the India alliance and the numbers that they have garnered against the BJP, against the NDA. So yeah, Rishabh, you're talking about Bengal, you're talking about how the Mamata wave is back and back with a vengeance.
Yeah, so Mamta Banerjee and she was up against it, okay? She's sitting on incumbency. There's nothing that can't be said. This is a wave in Bengal in which the BJP has been punished, and the Congress is probably going to win 1 seat. They're going to win 1 seat. So they're going to hold on to 1 seat, but not Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's seat. So it has, whether that's a self-goal, we can debate it. So Bengal, Mamta Banerjee's got a lot to celebrate, and this is the premise of the election, that the voters' mandate, which is very, very, very nuanced. There is a wisdom of the crowd of 650 million people, which has told you they want Narendra Modi back, but they've given enough of resuscitation for the Congress, for Rahul Gandhi to stand in front of you and says, look, we got 40 more seats, we improved our vote share by a few percent, our performance in UP has improved, we got Amethi back. Ajay Rai gave a competition to the PM who won by only 2 lakh votes. They would have hoped to win by 4-5 lakh votes. So we've done enough to have a say, but that is all for later. It's all for 5 years later. It's of no consequence in this present moment. And I disagree with the premise, and you can ask Professor Nalapat about this, whether this dramatically changes the Narendra Modi agenda. I think Narendra Modi is much more sorted, much more focused. In the first term, when you come in, you're just trying to put a team together, you're trying to get a working culture built, and I don't think he's got anything to lose or he's got anything fearful of these numbers that people will walk away, because there are consequences for others for walking away as well.
Absolutely. Professor Nalapat, how do you view the next 5 years? Also, the reliance on the other NDA partners, does that change things at the cabinet?
Look, I'd like to agree with Rishabh on one very, very clearly. And that is that Modi 2.0, remember, this was the period when taxes were not cut. Tax rates were not cut. GST rates have been high, and they have remained high. Absolutely no concession was given to any kind of a tax cut or GST cut or anything, because the government had to take bitter medicine for the economy, for the future. 3.0 is now a situation where you can get a certain amount of room for this kind of activity. So I don't believe that you're going to see the same very harsh medicine that you've seen in Modi 2.0. The Prime Minister took a calculated risk. He's going to put that harsh medicine. The Indian people will stand by him because they know it's important. And reform is always difficult. And now in 3.0, you're going to see the fruits of that particular medicine take effect in the form of better economic health and higher economic growth. So that is going to be a period when you are going to see a consolidation of public support behind the government.
Okay.
From that reason, I don't see that there are going to be any problems within the NDA. In fact, some parties that are now in the opposition alliance may want to come over to the NDA, but I do not see any problem within the NDA. And yes, I agree with Rishabh. The Prime Minister is going to double down on his agenda because it's an agenda which 3.0, it's very important to complete the task begun in Modi 2.0. And once they are completed, the benefits to the country and the economy will be immense.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.